This is the Great Legend, and I am coming at you live tonight with an important video, my friends. Some good news, and sharing and sending some love and memories of a bygone era. Bygone. Make sure this works. It's been a long time since I've been coming at you live, but it's good to be here tonight. A lot of things have been going on, in my life, and a lot of things have been going on in the comic book community. So tonight I'm just kind of here to give some big shout outs, some big kudos, some big love to my Blast It or Stash It brothers. I've got some not video descriptions. See, it's been a long time since I've been live. I got some stuff down below in the video description. Some important links you need to check out. You need to go sub up these four dudes I'm going to be talking about a little bit here tonight. And you need to check out what this awesome channel, Blast It or Stash It, is all about. Man, I've always seen great things come from this channel. Not my channel, but no, Blast It or Stash It. Guys that love comic books, guys that are passionate about comic books, guys that are passionate about not only comics, but Funkos, toys, pop culture, and freaking movies and TV show. So pretty much entertainment, whether it be through books, media, games, toys, all that good stuff. Stuff that entertains themselves and entertains all of their fans. And I'm talking about Blast It or Stash It. Now, you may be wondering, well, where's the Great Legend been? Why hasn't he been on Blast It or Stash It? Well, I told the guys that I'm going to be stepping away from Blast It or Stash It. I'm stepping down from that fifth Beatle, from that fifth spot from Blast It, because a lot of times, fans, Friday nights, man, I'm getting home. I've got the NA, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. I'm freaking tired, man. And right now, I cannot commit to doing a scheduled show like Blast It or Stash It. Those guys, they deserve the best. And when they sit around the table, they are the best. You got the host with the most coming out of the hideout live every Friday night at 10 Eastern, I think. I can't remember the time. I'm so bad. It's how long it's been. Huey's Comic Hideout. You got Huey, one of the coolest cats in all the land. Got a lot of great books, man. Reads a lot of current books and gets good stuff on the back issues. Next up, you got a guy who, man, it has been a pleasure to get to know this guy. And I'm talking, he's from the Midwest, but where exactly, he can tell you. Midwest Comic Man. One of the coolest guys. Tons of history. Tons of knowledge. If you're like a fan, if you're a comic book fan and you like people like Hippies Collectibles or Captain Strangelove or Solid State 4 Ben Shannon, who else can I name? ETA Nick, Splash Page, like the old school style. If you want to know a lot about the golden, even my guy Evan Jalon, if you want to know about history of books or like old school books, golden age, professional in the golden age, you want to be also a subscriber of this guy, Midwest Comic Man. One of the coolest guys that I've ever got to know on Blast It, and just in the comic book community in general. Very cool guy. Next up, we got the old man himself, Spectacular Spider Grandpa. Man, I learned so much from that guy as far as Funkos and cool stuff like that. All the lines, like any kind of toy you can think of, Grandpa's got them. Star Wars figures, movie maniacs, the little miniature mystery figures, Funko figures. Funko Pops is my favorite. Dorbs, he used to call them, and he probably still calls them, the butt plugs. I love that guy. Real quiet, because you be talking comics and he'll be like looking off, and Grandpa's doing like his mind's like on the books, but his mind's also on his favorite sports team, the Chicago Cubs, watching his sports. And then last but certainly not the least, the man, one of the best guys you're ever gonna meet in a community, bar none. 11/8/55. You're not gonna meet a more humble, a nicer guy than Jeremy, aka Trinity Comics. Trinity Comics, huge fan of everything. Pretty much if you were to put Huey, Paul, and Spider Grandpa, and you just like meshed them all as one, like put them in a machine that would just put them all as one person, you get Trinity Comics. Because Trinity's got the comic love, mainly DC. He likes some Marvel, but he's mainly a DC guy. He loves the history of books because he learns something new every day. It's kind of like like a kid coming into the world. Like anything he sees, he just absorbs. Kind of like Parasite, but not And he loves his toys as well. He's kind of fallen off the Funkos, but he really loves collectibles and anything that he can get. He loves. One of the coolest, like I said, one of the most humble guys. We talk about the great guys of the community that don't have bad bones in their body, like the Alex the Comic Hoarder, BGG, British geeky guy. Not a bad bone in the dude's bodies. Excellent people, no drama whatsoever. Just pure, true gentlemen, and that's Trinity Comics. And one of those guys that we can all as human beings try to be really good. Just guy personifies how a human being ought to act in society, and on YouTube as well. So a lot of love for my man Trinity Comics, and hope to meet him in about 3 weeks or so at Dallas Fan Expo if I can wrestle him away. He's only going to be there Sunday, and he's going to be, Jim Lee better have some bodyguards, let me tell you something, because Jeremy's going to love on that man if he gets a hold of him. He's going to hold him, and he's like, not going to want to let Jim Lee go. But I'm going to try to meet Trinity when we go to Dallas Fan Expo. So that is a lot of fun. Now back to the Blast It or Stash It crew. Like I said, for you that are just joining in, and I'll check the comments, because what's a live show if you don't check it? You gotta show some love to the comments. But stepping away from Blast It or Stash It, retiring, if you will, from Blast It or Stash It, and just anything that's scheduled, or live shows that are kind of scheduled shows. Just because I can't make that commitment, And I don't want to be like some guy that's on the team but sitting on the bench or staying at home a lot of times. But they have a show every Friday night. It's live. It's the hottest live show you're going to find in the comic book community is Blast It or Stash It. Let me tell you about Blast It or Stash It. It all started as and Huey... Huey will kill me if I get this wrong, but humor me here. All right, so Blast It or Stash It started with a dream. I want to say 2 guys, Huey's Comic Hideout, and one of the most beloved guys in the YouTube comic book community, Semper Fi Comic Guy. Oh, testify! Semper Fi comic guy. The guy that invented... some shit in my mouth, sorry. The guy that invented the AOKs. And not for subs, not for views, not to get extra bullshit. Honestly, Semper Fi giving that stuff out of the goodness of his heart. And just spreading his love for comics to folks that are unfortunate that can't get a lot of comics. Just the people that are in need of books. It's kind of like, when you turn on the news during Thanksgiving time, and you got folks, you always see the news stories like, well, this person, these people went to go feed the homeless or help the needy, say. Semper Fi, man, he's the exact same way. He's the guy that goes to the people in the community that don't got much, and he take the shirt off his back, he take the comic books out of the Mylar, and he would give the books to the people. That's the kind of guy Semper Fi is. So a lot of love for Semper Fi there. One of the greatest Blasted or Stash It members of all times. But Huey and Vince, and they got joined by some other guys, Kirby's Comics, Paul, Midwest Comic Man, and Spectacular Spider Grandpa. These four guys, man, they had a vision. Actually, 5 guys. Yeah, 5 guys. They had a vision to make a cool channel to where they review the books that come out weekly. And are they stashes? Are they blastish? Whatever. And they roll with it like that. Now, since then, you've had other guests like Comic Noob / Crazy Noob. Now, I have no idea where the fuck that guy went, but he was a fucking character. Let me tell you, he was something else. He was kind of like a crazy ass guy. I don't know, maybe West Virginia's got something going on up there. I don't know. But he was insane in the membrane, man, let me tell you. But what he brought to that group was a little wild card to him. You never knew what he was going to do. He could, like, scratch his ass and eat a dingleberry. You never know what he was going to do, some crazy noob. And then, you had old great legend come along with, like, the other guy, Trinity's Comics, man. And after Kirby left and Crazy Noob left and Vince left, it's now the great legend's time to walk off into the sunset, knowing that being the fourth guy to leave the group isn't like the end of the world, but it's actually the beginning. It is the dawn of a new era in the Blasted or Stash It community. Now, if you look down below, not only do I got the link for the Blasted or Stash It YouTube page, I also have the link for their Facebook group, which week in and week out, the guys only do the show on Friday night, but you could reach them and stay in contact with them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 52 weeks in a year, 365 days in a year, and all that good shit. So you can stay in touch with them and go over the hottest, greatest comics, Funkos, movie news, anything you like. Some of the great times I've had on Blasted or Stash It was when we had special guests. Like we had Reaper Tate coming into the house. A man, a few words when he was live on camera, but one of the coolest guys. I haven't seen him in a long time. We had Don, the Icon. I remember back when he was on there. It was one of his last appearances in the YouTube comic book community. Don, the Icon. Fucking Don, man. Don the Icon. CBA, Comic Book Estate, loved Don so much. Don, lock your damn doors, okay? That guy. Whew. Anyway, so Don the Icon was there. Excellent special guest. We got to learn all the insides and outs of old Don the Icon. And then another guest. I'm going to save the best guest for last that I believe is, the all-time best guest of Blasted or Stash It. And even though I had a couple of guest appearances, I'm not going to vote for myself. I know it's unlike Legend not to vote for himself, but, I want to talk about Alex the Comic Hoarder, the guy that has come on to the scene. He's lean, he's mean, he's clean. All the accolades. Everyone loves Don. I mean, Don's first live show had 100 live viewers. And that's a fucking chore. Because Don was hosting some stuff. I didn't even know who the hell the other guys were, but I know Don. Not Don. Don. No, I'm talking Alex the Comic Hoarder. See, I'm going crazy. Alex the Comic Hoarder, first live show, hundreds of views. And I don't even know all the other guys he had on there. I got to watch the show a lot more often. But, well, you put Alex on there, and people are going to be watching that guy's channel. And he's one of those guys, like I said, like Trinity. Not a bad bone in his body. And a lot of jealous people of Alex the Comic Hoarder. You know, Alex knows this, and I've talked to Alex, and I've talked to Blasted, I've talked to everyone that you're going to get some thumbs down, you know, when other people see your success. You will get thumbs down, but have no fear. I mean, it's only thumbs down. It doesn't mean anything. And you're going to have more thumbs ups than downs, you know. It's kind of like, you know, you're in life, you're going to have ups and downs. So don't let the thumbs down control you. You control them. And I know I haven't checked the chat yet, but I'm getting there. I'm just getting sentimental over all this stuff. But Alex the Comic Order, one of the best as a guest in Blaster Stash It. But I'm going to quote old Austin Aries here. And I know this for a fact, because you're only the best until someone better comes along. And you're only the best until someone better comes along. But, hence the name, The Great Legend, it's not better to be called the best, but it's better to be called great. Because you don't have to worry about any of that. You know, best is as best does. Best could be the flavor of the week or the flavor of the month. But to be great, you're a legend. You're the greatest of all time. It doesn't matter like who comes along, who sings that certain song, or, you know, who eats those Hostess ding dongs, whatever. To be great, you're the greatest of all time. But one of the great, my most favorite special guest of Blast It or Stash It has to be, and he's not known for his comic collecting, more so he's known for his Funko Pop collection. Now, is his Funko Pop collection bigger than Spectacular Grandpa? No, it's not yet. But I'm talking British geeky guy. Ian, one of the nicest, best people that could ever come along to the Blaster Stash It team, to the Blaster Stash It group. On such short notice, let me tell you what I love about Ian. On such short notice, let's see, it's 7:50 where I am right now. So it'd be about 6 hours ahead of time where Ian is. So it's about 1:50 where Ian is, if he's watching. Ian, and you know, Blaster Stash It was a later show anyway, so sometimes when Ian was watching, it was like 3 in the morning. But Ian watched it because he loved Blaster Stash It. He still loves Blaster Stash It. He loves all the people on Blaster Stash It. And he was probably Blaster Stash It's #1 fan. If you can have a #1 fan or whatnot. It would have to be Ian, British geeky guy. And bar none, 25, 38, 9, the best special guest of Blaster Stash It. So a lot of love for you, British geeky guy. Good times. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to check the chat because I want to see who we got in the chat. Maybe we'll have some members of the Blasted team. Maybe we'll have some Blasted fans. Maybe we'll just have some freaks. I don't know. All right, so we got 17 watching right now. Look at you, Space Boy. Don't be guessing any. So I want to give some big shout outs to the first guy in, one of the golden age guys. I nicknamed this guy the man out of time, and that's Evan Jalone. Evan is here. Next up, we have one of those guys I was talking about. One of the greatest, smartest, greatest dudes out there, Midwest Comic Man. The dude that has all of the knowledge and the powers. Check out his video link below. We have Cat Wren Figures. Cat Wren, I don't even want to say she's new to the community anymore because she makes more videos than me, ×3, and they're all damn good. Reviews, movies, anything you can think of, she's got it on her channel. The host with the most, Huey's Comic Hideout. He's here hanging out. It's good to see Mr. Huey. We got Key Issue Comics. He loves my shirt. Naobi, Girls Rule. I got that from the next guy I'm going to give some love to. Rebel Comics and Gaming, baby. LP is here, and he's here to stay. TBC, Black Poland JT. Awesome show on Tuesday mornings. Check them out live on Tuesday mornings. The comic board is here, man. Who else we got up in here? Space Boy Jordan. Brian Space 227. Thank you so much. Merc with a Mouth. Oh my God. From All About Comics. Historic dude right there. Holy hell, I'm glad you're in here. I hope everything's going great with you. one of the Blaster Stash It Group's very own kick-ass guys. Another special guest. I got to give this guy some shouts. Brandon, a.k.a. Aim High Comics, who I'm also going to get to meet as well. Jason Smith is here. Jason is always a good guy, hanging out, doing his thing, and he does his thing right. And Jason, I still got to send you a private message about some stuff. Captain Cole, Leonard Snart is here. 22 viewers. Hell, fuck yeah. All right, hold on. I screwed my chat up, so now I can't scroll down. Okay. And Cole, Captain Cole says, you gotta love Semper Fi, the man with the plan. Mr. Gretzky 9966. Personally, Mr. Gretzky, probably one of the probably Great Legends #1 fan. Evan, got more Hansies than Hitler. Don, hey Don, that's Don. Don loves Hansi. I don't know, he just loves it. Good Christian. Actually, I think that's a Christian story of a young girl who's against the German war, but invites the German soldier to her house to take care of him. Something like that. Some old war horse type stuff. JT's in the house. 1/2 of the Black Pole. Actually, 1/3 if you add in old Nolly. Stephen Higgins, the man with the most unboxings in the community. So just everyone having a good time in the community. 22 live viewers, man. Thank y'all so much for coming out to celebrate the Blast It or Stash It crew. 23 viewers. I want you to check out the video links below. They're great people, and I want to give again. I just want to thank the Blast It or Stash It crew so much for letting me be a part of the group. I got to start my Blast It start way back in the day. I think it was maybe episode 12. I got to make a guest appearance on there, and it was a lot of fun. I mean, and it in a way, I always say that Semper Fi and Comic Noob, Blast It or Stash It, if you will, as well, kind of re-energized me to, do more comic book videos, make more videos on my channel, because I was kind of stagnant, kind of bored with comic books and things of that nature. But the reason I was bored was from G1, me and Gene Paul Ace Peter and Howler Mouse and Captain Cummings. I know. Don't shoot me. I mean, he has his own thing. Hippies Collectibles, Hans, Captain Strangelove, all these Generation 1, Chris, a.k.a. Chris Ventura, Dark Avenger. Back in the day, man, it was really nice, really calm place to be. But, in today's Blast It or Stash It, well, not Blast It or Stash It, but in today's comic book community, it's so huge. And, it's not even touching the cusp of all the comic channels even out there, but it's more of the acts of kindness or the contest videos when you hit 25 subs, or every 25 subs do a contest video, or show a bunch of keys, show a bunch of hauls, show a bunch of stuff. But the cool thing that made Blast It and that makes Blast It so good is you actually find out what happens in the books. One thing I love, and there's a lot of great reviewers currently in the chat room. I guess they're on that side. They'll be down there below if you comment on the Rewind. Cat Ren Figures, great review channel, awesome review channel. But Blast It or Stash It reviews the books, and that's something that's kind of like a dying breed, a dying art form in the comic book community. I mean, Roger69501, still get some great reviews from Roger. I'm going to try to start doing some reviews again when I kind of, after April, but, just kind of slowing down, taking it all in, kind of enjoying long breaks and things like that. But that's kind of how the Great Legend's going to be doing it here. Going to go more solo, and then if I do show up on live shows, it'll just be kind of spur of the moment. I don't know if I'll show up on live shows or not, or I could go on show A, then show B. I could be on WWE on the same night as I make my damn way into a WCW ring. It could be like Ravishing Rick Rude, man. So you never know where the Legend's going to go from here. But it's kind of like for my my personal history with Blaster Stash It and just comic book shows in general, I'm kind of walking away into the sunset on a high note. And when we talk high notes, we talk great notes. And let's go, for instance, the Comic Book Estates, his 600 subscribers award contest. So, what was really cool about Blaster Stash It, when I decided to come on board on Blaster Stash It, I didn't tell the guys this or anything like that, but I wanted to just, do any, if anything, I wanted to see Blast It or Stash It grow. I wanted to see Blast It or Stash It succeed in the things they do. And, I came around about issue 12 or episode 12, kind of a guest starring. I had a couple of hosting gigs on there when Huey was away. And every week it just grew and grew and grew. And it wasn't because of me. It was because of the love and passion Huey and Paul and Spectacular Spider Grandpa and Jeremy, the passion those guys had week in and week out to do that show, knowing, they have their own family life. It's a Friday night, very busy night, but to come at the Fans Live and do that show and just to be a part of that was really a joy to me, because it's something that I got to look forward to week in and week out, and I knew Friday night was going to be a great night, not only because we were going to come live and hang out with all of you and interact with you in the chat and everything like that, but just to hang out with those guys. And then when the cameras turn off and it goes into an off air, we're talking about the books or just enjoying each other's company, and that's something really special. And I got to do that a couple of weeks back with Dave and Jeremy, just kind of hanging out, shooting the shit. Grandpa was in there, and that was a lot of fun. So, I'm still going to be around. I'm still going to be bothering them bastards, letting them know what's going on. But I've had a great time. And again, Huey and Mike and Paul and Jeremy, I just want to thank y'all so much for the great time y'all have given me and allowed me to kind of show off my chops on the mic, on the Blast It Facebook page. And what was really cool, the Blaster Stash It won the Best Live Ensemble. And it was so freaking awesome to be a part of an award-winning collaborative effort and collaborative group that won out of all those comic book channels. I mean, we beat out Lords of the Long Box. We beat out Comic Book Fanatics. We beat out Chaz Key Issue Comics. We beat out All About Comics. We beat out the Comic Board. I don't know if y'all was around about that, JT and Blackpool. We beat y'all, though. And, man, it was freaking awesome. And if I left any other teams out, I'm sorry, but shit, y'all weren't that good since I didn't remember your names. And what was insane about that? Oh, New York Warriors, my bad. Oh, shit, boy. I feel like Notorious B.I.G. They gonna come up on me with a drive-by to clank them bottles. Warriors! Haunt me in my dreams. But what was kind of crazy about that whole thing is we really were like the Beatles, man. I mean, they was people so mad, it led people to drink. It led people to rethink. It led people to quit their own group channels. Out of all those channels I just named, 5 or 6, I mean, half of them already quit the damn YouTube, man. And I know I'm kind of walking away. And don't say I'm a quitter or nothing like that. I think this channel has grown, and every week it continues to get better, and it's going to continue to get better without the great legend there with them. Because, man, they're a well-oiled machine. You could lose a nut or bust a nut, and they still going to be riding that train. And that's the Blast of the Stash It train. That's the Blast of the Stash It way. So, fans, again, thank y'all so much for watching. We got 28 viewers right now. Thank y'all so much for chiming in, enjoying the show. If you want to give a thumbs up, that's great. If you want to give a thumbs down, that's great too. You know, nothing but love for each and every one of you for watching the show and spending a little Saturday night with the great legend. And remember, fans, every Friday night live, spend some time with Huey's Comic Hideout, Midwest Comic Man, Spectacular Spider Grandpa, and Trinity's Comics, because they are blast it or stash it. Fans, this is the great legend. It's been my pleasure saying peace out. God bless.